Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my wonderful YouTube channel. I've got a wonderful, glorious friend here. His name is...
My name is Ben Slater.
This is Ben Slater. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do a bit of a masterclass in how to write a recipe, develop a recipe, be creative, intuitive cooking, which is Ben's niche. Little intro, you are
I'm a recipe developer, food stylist, ex-chef, I guess.
You're sitting at home just doing voiceovers and editing and having a wonderful time.
A laptop chef.
I know what I've got in the fridges. I've got loads of bits and pieces I picked up from a wonderful supermarket called Aldi Doody.
Brilliant.
And we are going to have a little rummage and then we're going to have a little chat and we're going to talk about where dishes can go, where influences can come, all that kind of stuff. So we've waffled on we've waffled on enough. So like and subscribe because it will help me out and it will help Ben out.
Will it?
Well, yeah.
Okay, right, we got 3 protein options. Let's think. Soak it up, tortillas.
Soak it up.
These beetroot feel like they're on the turn. They'll make a really nice pickle, potentially.
Oh, I love this, pickles.
White cabbage is cool, always. So obviously we're going in like a kind of taco direction at the moment. It's wilted, but it's absolutely fine to use. I'm looking at all these colours and textures, and my mind goes from tacos, which is a bit boring, over to some sort of like nacho situation.
Hey girl! Right, come on, let's put it all in here and then we can discuss. We've got loads of other things.
Yeah, there's loads of other stuff.
Right, go on then, Ben. Hit me with your wisdom.
We were saying we start with we start with an ingredient, don't we? So I saw loads of pork, right? You've got this kind of marinated pork here, which has kind of got like garlic and oregano on it.
So question, if you start with an ingredient, does your brain go cuisine or does your brain go, what technique can I use?
My brain goes, what does that thing taste like and what happens when that thing cooks?
Okay, so taste.
And kind of like cooking properties.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain.
No, I get it. So I always go, I've seen some pork,
I've
seen a dish that I like that could be, say, a paella.
Interesting.
That's a cuisine, how can I put it in there? Or how can the technique that I would use for that go into a dish?
Yeah.
So
technique is interesting.
So it's kind of like, I always I like to think about giving people like jump off points. And I was like, that's what I was trying to get from you. Like, is it, you instantly go, okay, I can feel the taste of the pork would go well with X. And then X would go well in a dish.
In this situation, I looked at this and I looked at this. They've got loads of kind of pork fat here. And I thought, oh, what would either cut through or soak up that fat?
Yeah.
Because really, you want to find a way to get the flavour from the fat, which is where often quite a lot of the flavour is in meat.
Yeah.
Into your mouth.
Yeah.
Like you don't really want it on a plate.
That's the good stuff.
You don't want to lose it. But when you get it into your mouth, you want to cut through it with something. These tortillas are amazing. Yeah. But if you leave them in the fridge for any more than 6 hours, they become not amazing anymore. So I think we should definitely use them. So I think we should go Mexican.
Mexican.
How cool would it be if, what's that dish where crispy tortillas are tossed through hot sauce and then served with eggs? Chilaquiles?
I don't know.
Chilaquiles.
It's a new one for me. Mate, you're not far off. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Chilaquiles rojos.
Chilaquiles.
This is really interesting, actually.
Go on.
So in every cuisine, they have some sort of crispy bread thing soaked in something else. So
French toast.
French toast. Jewish cuisine, they have matzo brai, like the crackers tossed in egg.
Yeah.
In Italy, they have panzanella.
Panzanella, I was going to say.
Here we have like
fried bread.
Fried bread. God, so boring.
Come on, Brent.
In Mexico, they got chilaquiles. What if we found like a really nice way to mince this up?
Yeah.
Fry it in some of this pork fat. Make like a really hot sauce in the pan. Crisp these up, and then toss it all together. And then serve it with some sort of salsa verde thing over the top.
I love it. Great. So we're going to do chilaquiles.
Yeah,
riff on.
A play on chilaquiles.
This is not a traditional version. This is a play.
I'm going to start making a mole.
Mole.
Sorry, I'm going to start by making a mole-inspired sauce.
A riff on.
Somewhere between a hot sauce and a mole.
I think we've got the title of the video. A riff on.
A riff on.
A riff on.
Yeah.
How to riff. How to riff.
Do you want to somehow get these crispy?
Absolutely.
Like make them into nachos?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Are these all right, chef?
Yeah, beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, crisp them up?
Ideal.
Just going to deep fry them.
Oh, great.
I have got a deep fryer, but the oil is murkier than the Thames, so I won't bother.
I think it's more of like a smell thing.
Yeah, it does make your house stink. It smells quite nice and smoky and delicious in here.
Oh, it smells absolutely delicious.
Because I've been smoking absolutely everything I can get my hands on.
Are we allowed to talk about the stuff you smoked? Or
yeah.
for your podcast?
Yeah, should I bring them in?
Yeah, you should.
Maybe use the jalapenos.
I want to put some of those smoked jalapenos through this.
Okay,
I think that'd be wicked. We should put some on top as well, because you don't really want to lose them.
So as everyone knows, I get slightly obsessed with things in cooking. I'm obsessed with vinegar, because vinegar is one of the fundamental ingredients, but then I started getting excited about smoking things. So I smoked my own vinegar, which was very simple. I was like intimidated by it, but you basically just, I've got one of these big smokers, like a coil thing. I should just get that thing. Just start talking and I should just bring it in.
I should just bring it in.
Yeah, here it is. Right, so this is my smoker. Wonderful little thing. Opens up that way. Here we go. So what you get is this, which is like a coil, like an incense burner. So you put the sawdust in, could be cherry, apple, whatever you've got, light it, and then it just slowly coils round. I just put a bowl of the vinegar in, smoke that, and then I put plates of salad cream, Kewpie mayonnaise, and these, and tomato ketchup. But I'm just going to get weird and just smoke absolutely everything. Nice. Smoky bin.
So interesting.
Yeah. So there we go. So we're going to use some of these. Let's put these to one side for a minute.
I'll start some pork fat in a cold pan, just
like
so see if I can render anything out.
Oh yeah, baby. Right, what else can I do? I've got this.
Do you wanna soak some chilies?
Absolutely.
I'm so bad with spice.
Me too. My friend Daryl has a brand called ADH Delicious, and he makes hot sauce and rubs, and he makes one called Hell, and it is absolutely on fire. What do you do? Do you shake the seeds out, or do you just chuck it in like that and then sort it out later?
I'll probably shake the seeds out.
Okay.
It's a bit of bitterness, isn't it?
And
also, you could grow your own.
Yeah, I might stick them in one of those plant pots and just see what happens.
You grow your own, what is it again? What was that one?
This is a guajillo.
Guajillo.
Yeah, I can pronounce that one because I got corrected about 60,000 times. Have you been to Mexico?
I really want to go.
Oh, me too.
Obviously, I don't think I'll be able to get let in now, but...
Well, you never know. You might redeem yourself by making a good... What are we making? Chinchilla.
Chilaquiles.
Okay, we've been nattering over at the stove.
Yeah.
But all we've been doing is we've fried some tortilla chips. They're trying to get crispy. They're sort of semi-getting crispy. The pork fat has done its thing. Onions and garlic have gone in, and then we are going to then
make some sort of blended chili mole ragu sauce type thing.
So I suppose we're just waiting for a few things to cook, and then we'll come and update you when life gets a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Ah, the slow pace.
The slow pace.
I feel like we should have a glass of wine or something. Okay, you are live on... Oh, I've been recording for ages doing nothing. Fantastic.
Originally, we were going to fry the pork in the pork fat that we used to fry the onions in.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But I forgot.
Good. That's okay. Adapt and conquer, as they say.
I've got a pan on a rapid heat, and I'm just browned it on one side to get that like caramelized protein flavour. Yeah, any more and the garlic might burn a bit, so we're kind of taking it off. We're erring on the side of caution, and we're draining this guy off. We've got some dried chilies getting all kind of boily and lovely over here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's so cold in here, you can't even see through the steam.
Oh, God. But we've got so much gnarly flavour in here, and we don't really want to lose that, because originally we would have had it in the pan with the onions.
Yeah.
So we're just going to deglaze with a bit of this.
Oh, deglaze with chili water.
Chili water.
Hey, girl!
And then we can get it tipped all into the pan with our onions, which are here getting really nice toasty and roasty and brown.
Camera 12, pick that up. Cheers, Pete. What can I chop? You wanted me to make a salsa verde?
Yeah, I think basically, so we got loads of porky stuff, we got loads of spicy stuff, we need some really sharp, acidic, smoky stuff.
My kind of guy. Smoky vinegar.
Smoky vinegar.
Have you had a hit on it?
Huh? What, you just go straight from the tub?
Straight from the tub. Straight from the tub.
It's really lovely vinegar.
It's good,
as well.
isn't it? Oh, it's my vinegar. I say my vinegar. It's the vinegar that I bottled. Right, what do you want me to do with this?
We need acid. So
Acid.
either lemon or smoked vinegar. We need maybe something salty. Have you got any kind of briny things?
Briny things that go well in Mexican. Capers?
Capers are cool.
What about shito?
What is shito?
Fan of shito?
I've never had shito. Oh, is it like an XOE sort of vibe?
Yeah, chili shrimp sauce.
But it's African.
Yeah, don't know why I'd want to put it in this, but...
Because capers go pork.
Capers?
Pork capers, delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, we should definitely put some of your smoked jalapenos in.
Yeah. Won't we just use some of the brine from that?
Yeah, delicious, yeah. That's really nice idea. See, that's how these things happen. It's like, it just feels logical, right?
But this is also another thing that I try and tell people. You just glugged that vinegar like it was nothing because you knew that it would taste delicious.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't understand what the raw ingredient is they're putting in before they've even used it. So it's like people would willy-nilly chuck in a vinegar and be like, "Ooh, yeah, I'll just use a bit of that." But does it make sense? They don't know.
Yeah.
But then when you taste that and you taste this and you go, "Okay."
I'm sometimes why I taste my ingredients before I put them in, or why I smell everything all the time.
Yeah.
Even like earlier, I got myself like having a tortilla.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly hungry, but I wanted to taste what the tortilla tasted like, so we knew how much tortilla to put in the thing at the end.
Well, that's it. Because the ebb and flow of ingredients. And I was doing a video again the other day where I was talking about individual components, right? So that could be boring on its own.
Yeah.
You don't need to make that too punchy because that is going to be punchy. Yeah. And then this on its own could be too much, but then all together it's holy matrimony and an egg. Shallot, do you want to put a shallot through there?
Oh, delicious, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like, raw onion heat is one of my favourite things to cut meat fat with.
Really?
Yeah.
What colour? Red?
No, just any sort of raw allium sort of heat.
Yeah.
Like a, you know, like it could be a shallot, could be chives even, you know?
Yeah. I hate raw onion.
Really?
I don't mind it like this, but if someone put like raw onion in a burger, I'd be like, oh, get out.
Get out. This is kind of done now. I think we should get it blended. Oh, nice.
Put it in a deli container.
Yeah. I love my deli containers. It's one of those questions I'm asked quite a lot about deli containers.
What's a deli container?
Deli containers and how I look after my board, weirdly enough.
Your board is beautiful though.
It's the old sorted set.
Is it?
It's just a piece of kitchen worktop that I just stopped and sorted. But I didn't, and they gave it to me.
They borrowed it.
They gave it to me.
Guys, where's that worktop gone? Right, that's going in there.
So we basically made somewhere between a mole and a hot sauce, and then we're going to make it into something in between a ragu and a kind of chunky mole, I guess. Lots of good moles have sesame seeds blended into them. And nuts blended into them, actually.
Do you want some nuts?
Yeah, let's do it.
What nuts do you want?
Peanuts are nice.
Ain't got those. Pine nuts, peanuts.
Pine nuts are great.
Do we need to toast them or do we chuck them in?
Let's just chuck them in.
2?
Yeah, great, yeah.
3?
That's perfect. And we might put a little bit more water in there at some point because it's going to be quite thick.
Yes, boss, I get you water.
Is that Borat?
I don't know.
Oh, that's buff.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Can you taste the smoky vinegar?
Yeah, it kind of comes through. But it might be the smoked jalapenos again.
Tasty.
So we're going to overwater this so we can blend it down slightly better, because then we're boiling it back down again with our browned off pork, and then we're tossing through our crispy tortillas.
Are we going to use these?
We definitely should. What's fun to do with beetroot is really quick. Maybe just like thin slivers.
I can do thin slivers.
Thin slivs.
I've got a randy mandolin. This is the new one that I keep slicing my hand because it's so randy. Whoa!
Got a feeling it's going to be furiously hot, Martin.
I'm so bad with spice.
Can people call you Martin online, or?
You can call me whatever you want, mate. Right, super thin.
Please, you're doing it so fast. It's gonna.
I'll stop there, brother. Don't worry.
Well, that's good.
Is it spicy?
No. Needs salt, obviously. This is actually looking really nice. Can I try it? It's actually not.
So much
I promise you, it's not actually that spicy.
Well, it's meaty.
Kind of smoky, meaty. And it's quite kind of like. It's got a few layers to it, right? You've got that kind of like toasted garlic coming through quite heavily, and then you've got your kind of different layers of chili spice and smoke.
That is so
Quite
good.
fun. So this is going back into our pan.
Get it back in there.
And then we're going to put our pork in as well. So we're making almost like a kind of porky, smoky, ragu-y thing. And then we can
This
put
is great.
back over the hob.
I don't know, it was some gnocchi.
Yeah, this is like a kind of smoky Mexican romesco, right? We've made a kind of hot romesco.
I love romesco.
It's quite fun.
Right.
So that's on.
This is great.
Yeah.
What's going on
We're
with
doing
this?
really well. That's just going on at the end, I reckon. Like
Okay.
a da-da-da-da-da.
A little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of anything or not?
You do, you honey.
Okay. I'm going to go with a little bit of this. Bit of honest umami.
Delicious.
MSG.
Oh, great.
But it's salt, sugar, cayenne, dried chili. So a little bit of,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Delicious. We've got so many layers of chili here, which is really cool.
This is what I love.
It's
Little,
really great.
little pick and mix, little
Yeah.
fiery numbers. Right. So we got the old stainless steel pan out because we're going to talk about stainless steel pan cooking. Try and fry an egg on it. I think it'll be all right. I think that's just leftover residual oil.
I've done it a few times, frying eggs in stainless steel pans. For me, it feels like a needless risk.
You're on the same page as me, but that's why we're doing it, just for a laugh.
Like, I could fry an egg in a stainless steel pan, but I could also ruin my morning when I could just fry it in my perfectly good non-stick pan.
Exactly.
It gives me all the Forever Chemical vibes.
How else are you going to get those chemicals?
I like my eggs with Forever Chemicals. That's how I like my eggs. Oh, should we talk about the pork?
Yeah, go on, talk to me. I'm just daydreaming looking at this.
So the pork went into our kind of mole-y, saucy thing, and then I've just simmered it on the hob just to cook that pork through fully.
Yeah.
And because you marinated it so beautifully, it's like fall
Tender.
apart, tender, which is great.
But that's another mad thing about pork is like, if you was to just fry that, it would go rubbery, but then tenderizing, acidity, vinegar, lemon juice. What else could you use to tenderize? Meat tenderizer.
Green papaya.
Green papaya.
There's also fruits that do it. So like pineapple, green
Pineapple, I was
papaya.
going to say, yeah. If you think of pork adobo, then it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so the reason I'm scattering this water on this pan like an absolute psychopath is because you want it to sit like little beads of mercury, and then that's when you know it's at a good temperature. So we're gonna fry an egg. You're gonna do your bit. What are you doing?
I'm gonna toss a few of our tortillas through this sauce.
Yeah.
To kind of get that chilaquiles vibe. This dish was inspired by a dish where they toss crispy tortillas through hot, like warm sauce.
Yeah.
And then I think they cook eggs into it normally.
Oh.
But we're gonna do like a couple of really lovely crispy fried eggs on top.
In our lovely non-stick.
It's a risk I don't like taking. By the time those eggs are lovely and crispy and perfectly cooked in the stainless steel.
That's it, mate.
These will be kind of soggy a little bit, and it would have sucked up all that like excess moisture, and we'll have like a really comforting kind of pork ragu-y, mole-y thing, which our eggs can sit on top of, which we can put salsa verde on top of.
This is exciting. It's like a little pick a mix of fun.
Discs of, oh, I can't swear.
Yeah, you can. We'll just bleep it.
Oh, no.
Look, there you go, mate. Look, perfect.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Two chefs impressing themselves with frying eggs.
Oh, my God. You can do it.
I want to see the yolk.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want over easy. I want like a...
Yeah, we'll stick a pan on top.
Yeah. Or we can put a bit more fat in there and baste the white.
Oh, God.
Yeah, more fat, please.
Bit of butter.
Yeah, a bit of butter.
Bit of butter.
Oh, this looks so good.
Here we go, baby.
So I'm going to keep a few of these for crunch. Because obviously we've got soggy ones in here, crispy ones on top.
Yes, crisp. Give me the crisp.
Balancing textures is almost as important as balancing flavours, right?
Yeah. Oh, mate. I think this is the best eggs I've ever done.
That looks great, man. Straight on top.
Look at that.
That looks great.
Little crispy bottom.
As if we're patting ourselves on the back for frying eggs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a real chef. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brown butter eggs, delicious.
Give me that fat.
A bit of our salsa V on top.
This looks the
Yeah, man. Looks quite wet, but you have to remember we've got those crunchy tortillas going throughout it. We're going to get some crunchy tortillas on top as well, that are even more crunchy.
This is what I love about cooking. I would never have done that bit in the bottom. I would have done that and that, but not that.
But I've never done this. Specifically this, I mean.
I've got such bad cutlery here. You're going to have to forgive me. You're going to have to have a soup spoon and a fork.
That's what's fun about it, like...
Oh, do you want some tweezers, mate?
No. I don't think I've ever used tweezers in my chefing career. Absolutely. I'm not going to start now. Oh, a great place to start using tweezers is in front of a global audience.
F*** off.
This looks fun.
This is amazing. That looks the tips.
Eggy poppy.
Oh, yeah, go on.
This one looks like better, actually.
Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, let's get out there. That's
Ready?
it. Yeah, hit me. Oh, daddy. Look at that.
Chilaquiles?
This is called chilaquiles.
It's one of those beautifully ugly dishes. Pretty ugly, pretty delicious. Like, it's just a big mound of
Sloppy goodness.
comforting goodness.
Hey, but if the flavours are there, then why are you not going to enjoy it? Oh my God. It feels like it's going to be so heavy, and then you eat it and you're like, yum!
Yum, yum, yum.
This is what cooking should all be about. Everyone needs to be an intuitive fridge raider.
They don't because I want a USP.
Well, look, I hope you learned something. I definitely learned something.
I definitely know
A
something.
little bit of kicking there, isn't there?
A little
bit warming. But look, this is Ben Slater. What is your Instagram tag-alongs? Or social TikTok?
Slater Chef, or one word.
Slater Chef. We'll put all of his stuff down the bottom, but
Thanks,
absolutely wonderful chef. Really, really clever stuff, and I hope you learned something. I'm definitely going to be doing this again. You should do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow along. Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
Bosh!
Bosh. A bosh.